In the film, I see a man standing on the ledge. Do you think he really wants to live?
The answer, of course, is yes.
I don't think humans are going to go extinct. We can't kill ourselves off. I just don't see any plausible way it could happen. Well, I guess, yeah. What might happen is the Earth could get into a serious runaway greenhouse effect that could turn the whole planet like the planet Venus, where it's like 1,000 degrees and full of methane.
Global mean temperature has risen approximately 0.7 degrees Celsius since the beginning of the Industrial Age. Already, polar ice is melting, glaciers are receding, permafrost is thawing, and sea level is rising. Oceans are warming and becoming more acidic, and droughts and storms are increasing in frequency and intensity. A number of self-reinforcing feedback loops are now in operation. Melting ice and snow are decreasing the planet's reflectivity, increasing the absorption of solar energy. Thawing permafrosts and warming soils are releasing more carbon into the atmosphere, leading to further warming. And if the ocean warms enough, massive amounts of methane, now locked away as frozen hydrates at the ocean bottom, could be released into the atmosphere. Methane is an even more potent greenhouse gas than CO2. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change predicted in 2001 that increasing atmospheric carbon levels would heat the planet a further 1.4 to 5.8 degrees Celsius in the coming century. Some scientists believe this estimate to be conservative. Recent models have shown the possibility of a temperature rise as high as 11 degrees Celsius. $251 million years ago, at the end of the Permian era, a mass extinction event killed off 95% of all species on the planet. The die-off was so severe that it took about 100 million years for biodiversity to return to pre-extinction levels. 100 million years. While the causes are still being debated, recent studies reveal that massive volcanic eruptions in Siberia probably played a major role in this extinction. So much carbon was released into the atmosphere that it likely triggered a number of runaway feedback mechanisms, including the release of frozen methane from the ocean bottoms. The planet's climatic systems collapsed. The estimated amount of warming from those volcanic eruptions: 6 degrees Celsius.
It has to do with the meaning of death. Death in the very largest sense. For the citizen seeing this film as we've seen it asks himself the question, what can I do about this? Well, the one thing he can do is to break down the taboos that we've had up to now about talking about death, and to recognize that although death is an intensely personal matter, it has enormously ramified social implications.
Am I so much afraid of dying, or is it more fear of not having, my life not having meant anything? Just having been a consumer, just having been a worker, someone who did what they were told, who never connected or felt deeply about anything.
When you see the possibility that your life could end at any moment, you live with great clarity. it can add this sharpness to life and to consciousness. Every minute's precious, every relationship, every contact, every breath.
Martin Luther has that wonderful quote, "If I knew the world were going to end tomorrow, I would plant a tree." And I think why I love to use that story is that I think what it reminds us is whatever kind of end we're up against, the end of our own life, meaning our death, the end of the world, whatever that means, we live with integrity. We live faithful to ourselves and to our calling. And that means planting a tree in this case. It means rooting yourself even more deeply in the world that God loves, in this planet, which is where our home is, and living a kind of joy-filled connection to creation, even on the last day.